Good morning, everyone, and thank you for choosing financial news. Every day, our goal is to provide you with a thorough and knowledgeable analysis of the most relevant financial news to help you navigate the complex economic landscape. Let's begin our daily review. Financial news, June 22, 2023. Stocks around the world are currently experiencing a significant slump as hawkish central banks continue to dampen investor spirits. The recent warnings from Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell during his testimony to Congress have triggered a sell-off on Wall Street, causing both the S&P 500 and Nasdaq 100 contracts to fall. This downward trend has sparked concerns among investors about the possibility of a looming recession, leading to a reassessment of risk-taking strategies in the financial markets. In an effort to combat rising inflation, central banks across the globe have been implementing measures such as increasing interest rates, contrary to earlier expectations of a gradual slowdown in tightening cycles. This shift in monetary policy has prompted investors to reevaluate the optimism that emerged following the recent rate pause by the Federal Reserve. Janet Mui, the head of market analysis at RBC Brewin Dolphin, has emphasized that although an extended period of higher interest rates may pose risks of a potential recession, risk assets have not yet fully reflected this concern. This discrepancy raises important questions about the sustainability of further risk-taking, particularly in light of the strong rally witnessed earlier this year. Within the United States, fears of a hard landing have resurfaced as the prospect of tighter monetary policy looms. This has resulted in an inversion of a crucial segment of the Treasury yield curve, with the spread reaching a full percentage point for the first time since March. Powell's remarks during his testimony underscored the urgency of curbing inflation, as he predicted the likelihood of 2 additional rate hikes later this year. Looking ahead, central banks in England, Switzerland, Norway, and Turkey have upcoming policy meetings that are being closely monitored by investors. The Bank of England is currently under pressure to address the persistent rise in inflation, which has exceeded expectations for 4 consecutive months. Money market pricing currently suggests the possibility of the BOE's benchmark interest rate reaching 6% by the end of this year, marking its highest level since the early 2000s. Meanwhile, Norway's central bank has already implemented its 11th interest rate hike since September 2021, raising its key deposit rate by 50 basis points to 3.75%. Further rate increases are expected in August, with a projected peak rate of 4.25% later this year. On the other hand, the Swiss National Bank recently implemented its smallest interest rate hike since commencing its tightening cycle a year ago, raising its key rate by a quarter point to 1.75%. Notably, Swiss inflation remains the slowest among advanced economies. In addition to these developments in the financial sector, Bitcoin traders are currently buzzing with excitement about the potential launch of a spot Bitcoin ETF. This heightened enthusiasm has propelled the price of the cryptocurrency to its highest level since April. The anticipation stems from the increased involvement of companies like BlackRock in digital assets, which has added to the bullish sentiment surrounding Bitcoin. Moving on to other news, China has extended tax breaks for electric vehicle EV purchases until the end of 2027 in an effort to promote the adoption of EVs. However, concerns regarding limited mileage and charging infrastructure continue to hinder the growth of electric cars in the country. While tax breaks provide an incentive, addressing these underlying concerns is crucial for further EV market expansion. In recent market movements, U.S. stocks have experienced a decline for the 3rd consecutive session, taking a breather from the rally witnessed last week. European markets also lost ground following the release of higher-than-expected inflation data from the UK, raising concerns about the economic outlook in the region. In the technology sector, Intel has announced its plans to challenge the dominance of Taiwan's semiconductor manufacturing company, TSMC, in the chip industry. The company shared its turnaround strategy with investors, but the stock price declined by 6% during the session. Some analysts have expressed concerns about Intel's gross margins, highlighting the challenges the company may face in its pursuit of market share. Furthermore, Goldman Sachs has predicted a potential oversupply of cathodes, a key component of electric vehicle batteries. This oversupply could lead to a significant market imbalance. Goldman Sachs has identified both winners and losers in anticipation of this expected glut, highlighting the importance of supply-demand dynamics in the EV battery market. The fight against inflation remains a central focus in the current financial landscape, with central banks worldwide navigating the challenges of maintaining price stability. These ongoing developments, along with the potential launch of a spot Bitcoin ETF and the extension of tax breaks for EV purchases in China, have significantly influenced recent market movements. Uncertainties persist, and investors continue to monitor the decisions of central banks and other market developments that will shape the global economic landscape in the coming months. Before we continue with our analysis, we'd like to remind you of your support for our channel Financial News. If you're enjoying this video and find our content useful and engaging, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. This helps us grow and bring you even more quality content. Now, let's get back to the financial market news and the latest updates. Key events this week. Eurozone consumer confidence, Thursday. Rate decisions in UK, Switzerland, Indonesia, Norway, Mexico, Philippines, Turkey, Thursday. US Conference Board leading index, initial jobless claims, current account, existing home sales, Thursday. Fed's Powell delivers testimony before the Senate Banking Committee, Thursday. Cleveland Fed's Loretta Mester speaks Thursday. Eurozone S&P Global Eurozone Manufacturing PMI, S&P Global Eurozone Services PMI, Friday. Japan CPI, Friday. US S&P Global Manufacturing PMI, Friday. St. Louis Fed President James Bullard speaks, Friday. Some of the main moves in markets. Stocks. The Stoxx Europe 600 fell 1% as of 10:30 a.m. London time. S&P 500 futures fell 0.2%. Nasdaq 100 futures fell 0.3%. Futures on the Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 0.2%. The MSCI Asia Pacific Index fell 0.2%. The MSCI Emerging Markets Index fell 0.1%. Currencies. The Bloomberg Dollar Spot Index was little changed. The euro rose 0.1% to $1.0998. The Japanese yen was little changed at 141.91 per dollar. The offshore yuan was little changed at 7.1812 per dollar. The British pound was little changed at $1.2776. Cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin rose 0.6% to $30,153.68. Ether rose 1.6% to $1,909.34. Bonds. The yield on 10-year Treasuries advanced 3 basis points to 3.75%. Germany's 10-year yield advanced 1 basis point to 2.44%. Britain's 10-year yield advanced 1 basis point to 4.42%. Commodities. Brent crude fell 1.1% to $76.27 a barrel. Spot gold fell 0.2% to $1,928.39 an ounce. In conclusion, we'd like to thank you for watching Financial News. If you enjoyed our insights and found the information helpful, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to our channel to stay updated with future analyses. Thank you again for your support, and we'll see you soon with more fascinating news. Remember, the information in this video is purely informational and does not constitute investment advice. Always consult with a professional before making financial decisions. 3D